All right. Welcome to. Wait, yes, I do have stuff up there. Okay, cool. Welcome to One Legged GM Mystery One Legged GM Theater 2000. Yes, it is a cheap ripoff of MST3K. Thank you, Danielle. With me today are three of the original Restore Core. We have we have sorry, I'm looking I
Sapling.
just realized the images of us are reversed in the that I have on my screen are actually reversed in the feed. So yeah, all right. I'm just gonna do this just so I can. That's not what I want.
Oh yes, we've got Sapling,
Yes.
WD-42, our GM, and Glitch.
Yep. So Paul. Wow. Paul is very much is Glitch at this point. Of course, Danielle is the amazing 42, and not to be shown up at all, Jesse is Sapling, the poor, not in a monetary sense, as in the put upon sense, leader of the team.
I mean, probably also monetarily. Let's be honest. She's a teenager.
Leader, yes, leader. Okay, so with that, we are going to go ahead and start playing. This is season 1, episode 2. If you were with us last time, you will know how rough we all started. Just a reminder, that was, I think, our second or third time actually gaming together as a group. So this would be our third or fourth or somewhere in there. And that was our first time actually recording for stream. This is time 2. So actually production value does ramp up pretty quickly, but it's not here yet. So that's all the warning we're going to give you. Let's just dive into the, craziness.
I mean, we at least had an impressive intro.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Yes, and Mr. T, thank you so much for joining us. That would be the amazing Karen, who was Neuro, the lone human of the group.
Mm-hmm. Our token human.
That's why Brian's not allowed at the petting zoo.
That is the truth. That is the truth. So, thank you, Simon.
As we last left off, several of you were starting the cleanup process, finding the various bodies and bits of bodies that were left over from the gunfight / grenade fight. Thank you, Boomer. And you folks were getting ready to start. I believe WD-42, you were in the security office. You were reviewing footage and getting on your computers, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Everybody else had kind of assembled near the carnage and blast zone. And we had just identified several people in the attack, several of the cultist members. So from there, WD-42, what you doing?
Well, I've reviewed pretty much all the footage, downloaded everything that possible, or transferred onto digital. And I think it's time for me to head over to the rest of the crew to let them know about the books that were checked out.
Okay. That's a fair call. Let's so that's going to take you it's going to take you a little bit to finish up downloading all the drives.
So painful.
Neuro, what you doing? You just brought the cart full of cleaning materials and
Yeah.
bags and stuff to the rest of the group.
I'm kind of half tempted of going around to neuralize, to mind wipe any of the witnesses that are not staff members.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a judgment roll, please.
You know how well this went.
21 total.
Okay. Yeah, you believe that's probably a good thing. You also think that, you know what, it wouldn't be bad to actually chat with them first before blanking their memories to make sure that they don't remember anything that you guys need to know. So
Okay.
Little hints helping us out with the roll there.
The police officers out front will certainly have all the witnesses kind of rounded up, and you can find them there. So with your magic badge and actual human look, you should be fine to go out there and chat with the regular people.
A human that looks like a human.
Okay.
So, Wintergreen, what you doing?
Oh, I am inspecting the damage to the building. I think we had a hole in the floor that's made out of concrete.
Never use that
and
again.
A wall that was framed in drywall into the special collections.
Yes. And Vlad had taken a look at that hole in the floor and determined that nothing really structural had been damaged. Obviously, the hole needs to be repaired, but it wasn't affecting no support beams or anything were affected from that. So,
The time our real world skills came in handy.
But yes, there is quite a bit of damage into the special collections room and to the special collections that were held in that room. So,
Indeed. Have I repaired books like this before where like the contents were restored if I used my abilities, or
depends on the materials used, including the inks. So, and also it really depends on how whether the book has any actual inbuilt power or magic. As to whether or not you can restore that. So it all kind of depends. If it's natural materials, then yes, your abilities would certainly. So if it's natural paper, leather, skin, depending on what the ink is.
This was me.
So
Yes,
GM
completely BS.
Yeah, I was going to say, so in GM terms,
special collection.
Only what I want you to restore.
Generations of knowledge.
That would be bad. Yes.
We can just print
I mean,
more
I'm sure it's already gone. It's not my fault. Thanks.
We'll just print more copies.
All right, Vlad, what you doing?
I'm going to start doing some repair work to the floor and the hole in the wall.
Okay. How are you doing that? Are you?
Well, with the drywall, I'm just going to try to fill it in with some drywall patch stuff that we got that I can get from the locker in the truck. And the floor, that's going to be a little bit trickier since that's concrete. I'm going to have to try to get something that I can support it from underneath and be able to kind of support a little bit.
Sure.
You guys never did go back and actually repair that library, did you?
As your
and that's I mean, it was kind of
the drywall
fitting for
repair
our
stuff,
characters.
The mud and the patch filler.
I mean, it's not our fault we got
That's
activated.
actually already in the
They
cart.
told us to go do something else, so
You
we did.
Probably can get sheets of drywall from the closet.
We get detoured
pull them through.
frequently.
You just may need someone to
Just
help.
usually we do it to
grab however many
ourselves,
sheets
not
you're bringing in.
ordered.
But yes, that's something you absolutely can.
Yeah.
So, Gruff, what you doing?
I mean, I'm sure there was another cleanup
I'm gonna go
crew that
over
after they
and,
finished their mission got that.
I'm gonna photograph the actual crime scene, and then after photographing
Am I
the
the only one seeing that
cases,
Danielle and I are like totally outside of the
things like that, I'm
image
going
right now?
to actually start cleaning up all the biohazard stuff and start bagging and tagging things.
That's probably a good call.
What happened?
I don't know.
I don't
Who else
know.
was
I'm not
doing?
even
There we
seeing
go.
the feed. So
Is Gruff going to need some assistance with the
It's good
bagging
there.
and tagging as far as the bodies go, or should I?
Probably.
Or
She
should I
could probably
be?
use your assistance. Unless you want to help Vlad pull in building materials too.
Or
Look at us
or
being,
right
you
now,
know,
because of that
practical
photo,
and
should I be grabbing materials for Vlad?
actually doing our job.
Give me
Trying.
a
It didn't last long.
Nope.
I'm
What are the
trying.
green dice? 13. On the
Why were the
die.
green dice important?
If I remember
had
right,
multiple
Paul.
colors.
Total.
I was gonna say Paul
Okay.
used 2 different
you think
dice
you could probably be
and
more
picked
help
the
to
primary one.
Vlad to carry in the stuff until Gruff actually gets ready to start cleaning up the biomaterials.
So let me know when you need a hand gruff. For now.
Got it. Sounds like a plan.
All right. And Imp, what you doing?
All right, so I have this list in my hand of 100 books.
Yes, you do.
Well, it's 100 titles. It seems like it's probably more than 100 books because of volumes and things of that nature. And I currently don't know anything about what WD-42 has found out, correct?
Correct.
All right. Cool.
I believe that they said that someone had checked out a couple
walked
books.
very
or that someone had
slowly.
been seen
I'm very
running off
short.
a couple books, but you don't know
What they are
what yet.
Yeah. But I know I've already made those rolls. So
Unless it meant
that's
me
okay.
avoiding
In
getting
the
wet.
meantime, because I have spent
I don't think we discovered the
while everybody else
radios
is
yet.
doing things, I've actually spent time looking over this. I'm gonna Sapling
I mean,
is.
I had a hard time
Sapling
believing
is
they would
currently,
actually give us the radios anyways to
looking
start with,
to
you
start
know,
on
until
the
they
rare
actually
book
had to
collection.
activate us.
I'm
That's
gonna
fair.
go ahead and walk
That's
over
true.
to Sapling.
You know, I
and,
would have just
show
picking
her
them
the list
apart.
and go. So
That's true.
there's
Cannibalize
a
them.
good chance we're gonna need to confiscate all of these books.
So I shouldn't repair them because that would compromise the evidence.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Not the fact that there are grimoires in here, and
Yes. In fact, could be very hazardous, one might argue, to attempt to repair these books.
laws of occultism.
Anything to not do our job.
Several books of Moses.
It really does come down to that,
Which-
didn't
Imp,
it?
do you show her the list of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anything jump out is super concerning there.
I mean, practical
Like
occultism.
all 100 of the titles, kind of you go, oh, this is not pleasant.
I mean, the one that's getting me, Book of Thoth, potentially written by Thoth. I need to give him a call, see if he wrote this book.
I didn't
Though,
understand
I think
where he was going
first
with
some of my
most of
favorites are
these.
the books by Crowley, Mr. Crowley, if you will.
So funny
You're pulling this
enough,
out of nowhere.
that
Yeah,
list
produce
is
himself.
actually
Yeah,
a valid list of
definitely.
books I found somewhere.
I
Yeah.
think it's on Drive Through
So
RPG,
the
but
first thing
it's
Im's
just
going to look
lists
through
of
is look through
books
the
for like a
collection and
boss.
see if he can't find the prophecies by Nostradamus.
Trying to prepare for future travel.
No, if it's a legit one, that needs to go fast because that one's scarily accurate.
So, well, go ahead and give me a survival awareness roll for
Oh
spotting, for kind of looking over the collection.
42.
That's the reaction when Imp has to do it.
I'm not
Not
joking.
when Vlad or I had to do it.
Not there yet.
Move faster.
You
Our
don't
lucky
see
number.
the Nostradamus text
Oh no.
in the from a quick glance.
Yeah.
So from your initial kind of scan over it,
I think the
so
42
these
actually
books, as
became
you
an
look
auto
in the
success
special
at one
collection
point.
room,
I think it's
Yeah,
still
we
on
did.
42.
We did
boxes of
let that
books,
happen once.
and there are 2 boxes that took the brunt of what probably was an aid fire that are kind of scattered. Most of them are whole. Some of them are a little singed. And it's not just so there are boxes of books, and there are enough boxes in this room that it's way more than probably just the 100 that are on this list.
That need to be confiscated.
That there's just way more than what appears to be on the list in this room.
Yeah, make it easy for
This
us.
was their special collections room before they started putting things out on the floor.
So who wants to tell Norbert?
I mean, it depends. Is he going to be happy or is he not going to be happy?
I'm not sure. He's either going to be extremely happy, potentially to the point where, like, we might be able to get some stuff out of him, like him never giving Boomer grenades ever again, or
like that was going to happen.
Some of us had our hopes up.
We can try.
It ain't gonna work.
Negotiating power. We'll have negotiating power.
Boomer might have a little bit more. I was going to say, Boomer might have a little bit more negotiating power than you do, Imp. I'm just
I'd
saying.
say
Let me hope.
The Restore Corps as a whole, and then there's Boomer.
So
we as a group don't have as much influence as Boomer.
I just hope. Let me.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
I guess actually achieving something.
Maybe
you know.
we can.
Well,
get
there is
them
that.
to not give Boomer or not tell Boomer to not use as many grenades. Come on.
How long can you hold your breath?
Does anybody else find that you think of the same
depends on when in
snarky
time I am.
responses that you thought of while we recorded these
Your
originally?
expectations. We can put on probation for such extraordinary.
I mean, I said some of them,
acts. It
but I
is
didn't always
very
get them out
dangerous.
because there was a lot of us.
I mean,
one, there was a lot of
yeah,
us,
one of
and
these might
two,
have like gone even more haywire because of
we were
grenades.
rookies at this.
Good call, good call. You should do that paperwork.
I mean, we still got a lot of jokes off though.
Reminder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sapling, I think that's a very dangerous move, only for one reason. If you get
slow things.
Boomer suspended, Boomer will have spare time to then come after you.
I don't want her suspended. I just want a probationary period. Where maybe
That still
allowed to
gives
slow things.
Boomer a little extra time to come after you. You don't want to know what Boomer will do with extra time.
I really don't. You're right. But
You probably will use it on timers. I'm just
Better
saying.
to keep
Say that
Boomer
again, Daniel.
busy.
Who played Boomer in your original game?
Simon's sister.
So, Vlad, so you and Blitz bring in a couple sheets of plywood. Yeah, I mean, you go down into the van, and of course, you open the door to the closet, and basically holler through, say, "Oh yeah, need 2 sheets of plywood or 2 sheets of wallboard," and they're handed through to you. You and Glitch carry them back up.
That van was so OP.
You also, while you were down there, you also
You really
said
did
It was Fred's van. Of course it
that
was.
You need to figure out
Fred's
things
vans,
to repair
plural.
The hole in the floor.
Yeah,
Whatever van Fred is in is Fred's
and-
van.
that's true.
Sorry,
Maybe
don't
that
start working.
closet doesn't work if Fred's not
So-
driving it.
You guys walk
I
back
kind
up
of like that
We
idea,
never found
actually.
and arrive.
One of his abilities.
Good folks.
Fred
Go ahead and give me
Detroit's
a couple.
sets. Physics.
At this point, give me a couple technical.
Should really go for read that short story
maybe
now.
Structural
Yeah, you really should.
rolls, please.
I've got construction.
That'll work.
Oh, I explode upwards on one of them.
You're pulling a lot out of
Nice.
nowhere, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't ever
Okay.
plan.
Standing there.
Well, I very rarely plan.
Vlad just
You had a
Well,
vague
here's
idea
the
saying
of
having a
sandbox.
what you wanted to
conversation,
do
trying
with
to
this.
find
Turn
these
us
books,
loose.
and Vlad just puts a wall up. I'm like, wasn't for the fact we could
Every
leave,
good
I
GM
think
knows
we
that
both
nothing
know
is
how
more
that
dangerous
guy
than a
from
player's
was it
imagination
the
of
Poe
what they think the GM's doing.
Yep.
Very true.
93 and
It's all
80.
self-inflicted.
All right. Yeah, you're moving right along. As you're finding stuff to fit perfectly. I mean, it is going very well.
The dread
Glitch
gazebo.
is being very helpful in holding things for you to hold there.
Yes.
And you do miss his thumb.
You don't know what a gazebo is, do you? I do
Start
now.
nails. He's a very appreciative when you miss his thumb. Because then he doesn't have to go get another one.
I don't have to take yours.
Hey, I need my thumbs. Without my thumbs, I can't do this kind of work.
So,
Just saying.
you guys are doing just fine.
It's an armor there.
WD-42, as you... hang on just a second. We're going to pause. So, 42.
Aside from the Christmas lights behind me, I can tell I was
you
cold
get
because
done
I'm
with
wearing
your
a
digital
hat and a
stuff,
cowl and my fleece
back it
is
up,
top.
with your laptop.
It was winter, huh?
Wander out. You do find
Yes.
the...
I had hair.
You did have hair.
The group as they're standing there. And
That's it. Comes and goes with this group.
Imp and
The hair.
Sapling are in the special...
Yep.
Did you go through two donations during this
collections
during the
room.
seasons, or just one?
I think so.
WD-42, you see Gruff
I kind of
at
think
this
just
point kind of
one.
photographing
I
everything.
shaved my head during it.
And occasionally
And the other one was
bending down and
after.
getting better
I
photos.
think you did the donation
Neuro
early
is
or
not
did
It must
there.
have been pretty close though.
the real short.
He is not with the rest of the folks. You do see Vlad and Glitch actually
Yeah.
like rebuilding the wall that goes into the special collections room. So go ahead.
Actually working.
Walk in and
Yeah, I forgot we actually did that.
Very
we doing
Once.
something about the two
Once.
guys who got away.
We tried.
Accidents happen.
People got away.
What?
What?
Yeah, they checked out a couple bucks, laughed.
Oh. Huh. I mean, what books?
I don't know what they were.
WD-42, you mentioned the two books that were checked out were the Primer to Climb the Exalted Mountain by Cosby Tarayev, and then the Thesis on Invisible Arcana by Polypoetes.
Wait, what?
Volume 6 of 12.
Yes, volume 6 of 12.
That's right. I forgot to tell you guys that in the recap. Sorry. I do have that written down.
Yeah, so do I. But I didn't know this information yet. Did you just say
Yes, those are
the
actual
thesis
books.
on the Invisible Arcana? And the primer to climb.
Eventually, we had a shared Google Doc for some of our notes.
Depending on which volume.
We also
book
had
names
videos we could go back
That's a
and
minor
rewatch.
to do magic.
Having a note taker in the group is always the best.
True.
Like,
I
I
think
make
in
a
this
There
group
was a
there's
long
like 4.
delay between
Well,
recording
Polypoetes,
videos and being able to view it on YouTube.
well, he
So
was a
to be
stoner,
fair,
but,
we didn't have
he knew
videos
his-
we
he knew
could
his stuff.
review.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
We usually do.
Later on, we're
Yeah.
way
Why
back.
you put those statements together, they don't seem related.
Because a lot of times I've met stoners that don't know their stuff. Yeah.
I believe she said the volume was 6 of 12.
Sorry, it's been a while since he was talking about writing them. So, but I don't remember if what that volume contains when it comes to like how to do rituals and stuff.
And all of this is typical Michael.
Give me a
Really good at improv.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This is going to be a history or a. Give me an esoteric research roll.
Makes it
Mythology?
challenging to keep up with them sometimes.
Yeah, let's do mythology. That's
Where are
fine.
you going with them?
Yeah.
To be fair, most of the time I'm just like, yep, that works. Let's go with it.
67.
The more troublesome one for you is actually the perimeter to climb the Exalted Mountain. That one is, actually does have some pretty nasty spells detailed throughout it.
Yeah. And you can tell me no. But do I currently have like a 3rd or 4th edition copy of it in my own collection?
You have a very imperfect copy.
Yeah, it's like the 3rd edition translated the 4th time.
Yes. Yeah, the original is actually written in a very, the original is written in a very ancient dialect of Latin.
Yeah. It's terrible to read.
Yours is the English, the modern English translation. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trust
Not that
me.
he couldn't have read it.
If I thought the original
He rolled well.
Yes.
True.
Well, he did have that language ability.
Yeah, like I said, if he rolled well.
Are we? Is where we're staying connected to the closet?
It's not. I mean, it's in the same complex. Yeah, it's all in the same.
So I could potentially call to have someone go get that book for me and have it delivered through the closet because I can't remember enough details about it. But this would at least give us an idea.
Yes, you could.
All right. So the right person
You're
to
to rush
call
your
actually
lineup.
does seem like Norbert for this.
That's absolutely.
All right.
I like where you're going.
Imp is
Let's
gonna
run with
call
it.
Norbert. Either over the radio or the phone.
The secure phone probably is a better option for that one.
Yeah. So Imp is going to call Norbert over the secure phone. I need to get my copy real quick.
Pretty much if we're talking to
I'm
Norbert.
going to let you have that conversation with him.
Not that we're
Let's see here.
hearing.
WD-42, is there anything else that you were going to do? So as you're talking about this, Imp goes, and kind of walks away.
I need to make a phone call. I'm calling Norbert because I need to get my copy of the primer to the Climb the Exalted Mountain.
So,
Because of course he has a copy.
Sapling, you as WD-42 are kind of standing there going,
Of course.
what?
Did you record?
I feel like I should I'm going to pull up the card catalog and just like, what are these books?
42, did you report at this headquarters or?
Isn't that what you do?
I'm just checking because I can't. I will, but I don't want to do it. So if I have to.
If I can make
I was
someone
gonna
else
say,
do
Jim,
it.
Can I use
Yep.
my tablet? Or would that be more appropriate to use my phone? I'm a texting generation, you see, so I'd rather not use my phone.
Probably your tablet for quick messages.
Okay.
I'm texting generation. Except
All
I
right.
are the same in this way.
As long as you're not the TikTok generation, we're fine.
You're playing a little bit of yourself.
Am I Gen Z?
I mean, always. I am always playing shit on myself.
Yes,
I
very
mean,
much so.
technically, you are like what?
You're post 2000 birth, right?
I'd have to.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
that-
like, what?
that's Gen Z.
You're young.
No!
Learn the dances. Learn the
no.
dances.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, she wouldn't have been exposed to the dances because she was out smoking pot in the woods. I mean,
Living in a hippie commune.
Hey, we don't smoke out
Legitimately.
there.
Just hang
We
out with
find
your
it
dad.
mildly vulgar, but we respect that others.
I wasn't smoking pot.
They said you were just hanging out with your
Smoking
dad.
plants and
Maybe secondhand.
It's
Now,
wrong.
smoking meat, on the other hand, so they can't eat plants. Now we're talking.
Was this
Hashtag
before we
community
figured out
nature.
how old the sapling was?
Hey, again, no judgment. It's just not right.
Yes.
all right.
Officially decided, yes.
So,
She was 17.
it's going out to
Right, but I don't think we
Euro.
came up
You're
with that
staying
until
there,
later in the series.
You,
No, I think we knew she was 16 or
as you
7.
gather statements from
We
these
knew you were
witnesses,
young. I don't think we quite had
the
established
ones
you
who
were
saw
16,
anything
17.
just kind of saw
I think we as individuals knew.
Uh,
I don't think the
all of a
party
sudden
knew.
heard some like
I don't think our characters
pops
knew
of
yet.
gunshots.
Acknowledged it, at
And
least.
then there was
Maybe.
a lot of everybody kind of screaming and running, and then Boomer showed up. and there was a
And
lot
then there
of
was more
explosions,
screaming and yelling.
and most people don't have a clue
Chaos.
about. I mean, they ran as soon as they heard the gunshots, and they stayed down when the explosion started. So,
Wow, this was unusual people.
yeah, pretty much more
Nobody
yelling
pulled out
and
their
screaming.
cell phone to record.
There's not a whole lot there, although
You'd think they'd be less
there
stricken
was
with panic.
there was one witness who actually asked you about.
I mean,
whether
Boomer
or
showing
not,
up kind of feels like the "don't run" shoots. Don't run.
They asked if you were working with a Bigfoot.
Shoot first, ask questions
Does
later.
it seem like the cultists maybe showed up, checked out their books calmly, and then Boomer showed up and just made a mess of things?
But
Wouldn't put it
I
past
think
Boomer.
that's what we figured out happened.
do not call them Bigfoot.
Stereotype, really.
So all of a sudden you see that person like on their phone, like just. I mean.
Right.
Okay, this is where I get mind wipe out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Very good at subtle.
Alright, let's see. Explode up.
Oh, Neuro.
I remember this.
I think I went to high school. I can't remember.
It was so painful.
For cast fade, that brings me to
Number.
see plus 27. That's
Lots.
Neuro was so broken. Oh my gosh.
Except
127.
all he did, pretty much.
What's math?
It's true. That's why he
They
was
don't
so
remember.
broken.
What was the target number that you were trying to hit?
50.
Oh my god. He's a blank slate, sir.
Okay, so
Sins of the
what exactly were you trying to blank?
They don't remember their mother.
I think they remember breathing.
What exactly were you trying to make them forget?
Yeah.
Pretty much the event that just happened here plus Sasquatch.
Okay.
Plus Sasquatch. I love
Plus Sasquatch. I love how blanket
Hope they got
statement
those
that
witness
is.
statements early.
So yeah,
Theron.
your flashing thingy goes off. You flip them off. Your flashing thingy goes off.
I was
And
watching. There were some revisions
the,
made to the characters after
Oh God.
some of these roles.
Them.
A lot of
and
revisions were
all
made.
14 people around you kind of get that blank look and kind of come back and go, why? And there are a couple of police officers who are like, what are we doing here? I don't understand. Why?
And now we know why Nero's on the Restore Corps.
He may have slight control issues.
You made that
Like,
police officer
I
question
control
his
it all.
entire
I'm
existence.
guessing the interviews are done.
Well,
Yeah, by the way, your interviews are pretty much nobody remembers being at the library right now. I mean, they don't know why they're standing there.
well, good thing I was done with the interviews.
It is a really good thing. And you are able to convince the two police officers that
Or order of
they do
operations,
need
that's
to
all.
go chat with their fellow police officers and refresh them why they're standing there. They're really confused right now. Really
I'm
confused.
really getting up this morning.
This is
What do you,
what
how
happens
much? Why
when
am
I
I
have
here?
a cast fate of 101.
Yeah.
You let Nero go out by himself.
Yeah.
No, you
So-
told me to go out by myself, otherwise I would affect the team.
That is true. That's legit. Yeah.
I will say,
I
Mr.
have
T,
nowhere
that it
near
was so
enough
fun hanging you around because you got them into so much trouble all the time.
So,
Either with your eagerness or your.
so
They
now
know
you
the
get
agent
done,
very well.
you get done taking the photos, you've very well kind of documented the entire scene, including some of the debris as it has fanned out from the
said explosions. You believe that you have kind of figured out when you found a body part, you kind of figured out who it was for. Generally,
We did some work.
So you're going to go ahead and start bagging and tagging the biomatter. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna
And we get our well-deserved reward after this,
start
right?
with
Did we hit? Wasn't there tiramisu?
bodies that are
I don't know if I ever actually managed
mostly
to eat
intact.
tziramisu.
I think you got one piece
And remove
eventually.
them from the scene first.
Well, you guys
The
did.
ones that are a little less
I had already
intact,
made my character.
I'm going
that caffeine
to
was
slowly
bad.
categorize them and pull them all their individual pieces.
Basically, if
together.
a dog shouldn't have it,
Big
I
patient goes to
I
little
shouldn't have
patient.
it.
As far as in the body bags and things like that as well.
A few other foods later.
Right. Do you reach out and grab Glitch to help you with that, or actually right now he's helping Vlad?
No, I'll do it by myself for right now. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Imp, you were gonna go down and get your copy of the.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I was gonna call Norbert and also give him a heads up about all the occult books that we're gonna need to send his way. And in fact, if I can, if it wasn't for the fact I need him to do this, like, can I collect up as many of these books as I can find in short order, to basically do an exchange where he gives me my copy and I give him some of these because we need to do that.
You need to catalog them first because you got to figure out what was actually donated from the one collection because it looks like there's more than one collection.
One person on this team did work. There's a lot of paperwork getting filled out.
In which case, I will pass over the list of saplings for them to do that while I go get my copy because of the book.
I mean, you understood the
Paperwork.
power of paperwork.
Because there are multiple things that need to happen in very short order because cultists currently have bad stuff.
Short order. Can we get eggs when we're done with this?
Oh, definitely.
I think we should get Ty again.
We got so distracted by food so often.
It's pretty much how we do things.
I could kill another pad Thai.
So,
Chinese.
Sapling, you've got you were into the list, and you and WD-42 are in the special collections room. Are you ready to start sorting through the boxes to see what is there and what either was destroyed or is not there?
Is everything pretty much in boxes, or is there some stuff sitting out?
What, dead tree?
There are a few stacks of books that are sitting out. It looks like it's kind of like, oh, okay, let's see this one. Yep, this was on the list. Yeah, it looks, it's kind of that process of checking it in, making sure it's in good enough condition to go out, or if it needs to be kept back and dealt with.
Everything should be digital.
But there are a couple stacks of books as well as like boxes.
It's harder to destroy that way. Yes.
Give me a survival awareness, please. Yeah, both of you.
Do you say awareness?
Awareness, please.
I don't even think my awareness was like super high, but I just every time we got advancements, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
58.
All right.
Even when I rolled well on that, I could just never compare you guys.
No, there were a few of us that were just obnoxious with it.
Working through.
Me and Vlad.
WD-42, you look and you actually do see that in small, very small, neat cards on every box, there's like a tag that says which collection it's from, who the donor was, and approximately how many books are actually in each box.
That's useful.
So yeah, I'm sure you quickly pointed out to Sapling, correct?
Say, how long did 42 watch Sapling work before they pointed that out?
A little bit longer.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's fair.
So, here.
So as WD 42 points it out, there are 4 boxes of books, 4 whole boxes of books from the collection, and there the 2 boxes that were partially destroyed or partially exploded, shall we say, are also from the collection.
Boomered.
Boomered is now a verb or adverb. Yeah.
Yep.
To boom something is now.
Boom exploded.
They were boom exploded. So they were boomered.
Yeah, we really need Amanda just to watch these first 2 episodes.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh gosh. I feel like
I think she'd appreciate them.
we should
She would.
verify the contents of the boxes.
She'd agree with it all
Did we
too.
throw out?
What's in the box?
Just a quick glance at the books that are actually laid out. None of them appear to be on the list from first glance, so they look like they may actually be from another collection. So
Labeled.
Because Sapling is annoyingly thorough, she will verify that the little placards accurately convey the contents of each box. Sorry. Is it what it is?
fair call. Fair
True
call.
part of my personality. What?
Yeah, it may take you a while. And you come back and you just find them kind of sorting through boxes and pulling out volumes. And
Basically
kind of
being pedantic.
yeah, that's on the list. Yep, that's on the
I
list.
don't know. It's hard to
So-
say that you made sure you did it right. It's
As-
just checked right.
Together.
I mean,
Yes.
when you do grow up with Bay
Imp will happily
logic,
basically take a book cart and load
wanna
it
make sure
off so
everything's
he can whittle it
precise.
down and
Yeah.
deliver it off.
Yeah, after you gave Norbert a copy list,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's like, yes, these all need to come to us.
Uh-huh.
We sort through them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of that, okay, either these are real and dangerous or fake, and we can
Yes,
deal with
Mr.
it,
T,
but
absolutely.
let's make sure
The
they're
first
not
2
real
episodes
first,
pretty
kind of
much
thing.
explain this group.
Like when someone says they
Yeah.
have a copy
For,
of the
for the
anarchist
fact that we
cookbook,
only played one
Yeah.
session before,
make sure
before
it's real.
starting
If it
this, I
is,
think
then
we
we
did.
take it.
Yeah.
We figured out
Pretty
our
much.
characters pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Flag glitch. It doesn't take you too long.
Sometimes a little early.
Ooh, we
You
worked on them
got
for quite a while though.
Yeah.
The wall pretty much sealed back up.
Trying
pretty
to argue and I
quickly.
can't because it was a whole lot of
I mean,
fun.
You know what you're doing.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically we wung it and the word go.
Back when I was working on the Empire State Building,
I did too.
Yeah, basically. I did a lot of this stuff back before any of you guys were even thought of.
Actually, all I had
All right,
was the
Lost
setup for this,
We don't need to hear it.
and I didn't have any notes whatsoever other than a list of books.
okay, boomer.
You and your tech stuff can go away.
In between
I meant to make
loads
that a
go
bigger joke
down,
than
Imp
that
is going to be,
was Lost Generation.
I guess.
I mean, my
skimming would
character
be the
was
best term.
WD-42
His
is technically
primer
boomer.
to climb the exalted
Yep.
mountain to basically figure out what potentially
Yeah.
they would be
Age
capable of if
differently.
they had a better copy.
It just sounds like a hymn title. Primer to climb the exalted mountain.
What makes it so exalted?
I don't know. I mean, because he. What is this?
I was thinking that exact
I'm
thing.
trying to,
That was such a great
the author's name. I'm trying to place the nationality of it.
Saboyev would have been
Thank you for asking the question. You don't know, huh?
Ukrainian, Russian.
Yeah.
There's something Baltic.
Slavic, something Slavic.
Slavic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slavic.
And it is, you do know, now that you actually have it in your hands, you're like, oh, yes. The
Between Michael and I
original
making up this crap, it's kind of funny.
volume was from
Yeah.
a series
would feed you one thing and you would run with
actually
it.
in that series.
Yep.
We definitely
Rumor
yes
and vice
anded
versa.
a lot.
From your
Absolutely.
rumor has it that there were actually a total of 6
Which is why we're
volumes
so
in that
good at
series.
creation
So
now.
and it was
Yeah.
a pretty. It's not a good text to have around, especially if you start combining it with the other ones in the series.
Yeah. So we have one of these wandering around. Though that does seem slightly above like what we're normally equipped to deal with. So Imp will definitely pass along like actually, yeah, when he's like something he's like, so sapling,
I love these tumblers.
There
we should
somewhere.
probably pass along that they should be trying to find this person.
They're really good
because
tumblers.
they haven't the one volume is pretty bad. If they have more than one
They
volume,
were surprisingly good. Yeah.
things start to get worse.
In our cataloging, were the other volumes
No,
in the boxes?
no, they're not on the list. The other volumes
They're
are not.
not. Okay.
Yeah, no.
This book is not on the list.
Are they in the library?
Give me a computer roll.
Like the Chopper 42.
Oh yeah.
Fear not, Imp.
Yes,
Wait,
it was on
you-
card catalog.
You said this
I
book.
reported already.
You said this book is not on the list.
Correct.
Yes.
And the price was
Uh,
This one was checked out of the library.
Yeah. So the answer to your question, WD-42, is no. There are no other listed volumes in the series. No other books listed by that author that are listed in the library.
Which is probably a good thing.
Probably. So were these two? I wonder if these two were actually the made up titles because I had to make up a couple
Who
titles
checked out some books? See if
beyond
These
what that was.
probably were.
I think
Absolutely.
they were.
Go ahead.
I've
Go
got a
ahead and
source
give me
book
another
for
roll. Actually, no. You got
charts
access.
to basically make up all
The
kinds of
personal library
culty
card.
stuff.
The name is Leslie George.
Yeah, I kind of remember.
It's
that
nice
you
to
mentioned
pull out
that.
some of the tools you have that
Yeah.
apply to other
I
things.
don't know if they look like a Leslie.
Especially when you spent money on them and
ADB.
now get to use them.
Yeah. I've used that
The-
particular source several times.
The person who checked
Create
it out,
cults and other
if you go
things.
back through and look at the video,
I do like
was a
And no, I don't
average
get paid
height,
to say that. They don't sponsor us.
black.
Although if they want
female
to, I'm just saying.
adult.
Yeah. You want to sponsor us? You just reach out, man.
That's right.
A woman
Hey,
or other.
Nara, are you still
We'll check
outside
you out.
with the police officers?
Yeah, why?
Can you have them put out a APB on a Leslie George?
I've talked about it
Should have
enough.
teased him.
Yes.
We should have teased him so much more about it. We should have been
like
like, can you
a
ask him this
African-American
question?
female?
Can you ask him what they saw?
Oh, Leslie.
That would
If
have
we had
been funny.
known what he had
And
done.
Oh god, that's really inaccurate. Can you, 3042, can you find some more information, like a picture or something? Because otherwise, they're going to be pulling over way too many people. We need to narrow the search down. Disregard that. Hold on, we're going to see if we can't do a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not give the police officers a reason to pull over every single black female in
Can I just hack the DMV and just see if the name actually has a picture that corresponds?
Well, I was going to say, was there a vehicle in any of the camera footage? Is there any exterior cameras so they could see what vehicle they used?
There was no exterior camera footage.
It's a full library.
Right.
So appreciate that the career criminals went, wait a minute, we do not need the cops pulling over every single, no.
Gross. Okay.
If I remember, this is what starts the. Oh yeah, we're
You
agents.
don't have. Well, give me a.
This and then a scene in an episode
give
or
me an
two.
operate computer roll.
Yeah.
Let's see
Oh
if you
yeah,
can,
we have badges.
from where you're located.
It's like they actually work.
See if you can get into some
More
of
than
the
that,
access
things
that you have.
that we have to carry around.
80.
Not quite.
Sometimes they do open doors.
It's just, I mean, you're in a crappy system.
I get home.
Enhance.
So,
Oh, yeah.
let's see here.
Crappy library
So
system.
as you're going through Gruff, you've got
Yes.
Almost
Their
all of
address
the-
would be in the database.
Yes, the address on the library card would be in the database. Yes. Yes.
Let's just give the cop that information.
Huh, it's almost like you worked in a library or did something with libraries at one point.
Ralph, as you're going through, and you guys can do that. You guys actually do give the pass back the address and Imp you pass along to Neuro.
Plus, just when you go to get a library card, you have to bring them your
Neuro,
ID and a piece of mail.
Yep.
Yes, they still remember how to file an APB and take a report, and they do promise to send a car over to that address to see if that person's there.
It didn't
Right.
really go anywhere.
Address? Like relatively local?
Yeah, it is definitely Grand Rapids. So it's
Oh no, I dropped out and came back in apparently.
Did I get a spot
Apparently.
on this tab?
I was like, wait, everybody move.
I mean, that happens. That happens a bit.
Book of Faces,
I have a more prominent
the bane
face
of
now,
everybody who's
accident.
trying to hide it.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you
That
would
was your
have
plan all along.
That's true. I might
social
not.
media access on the government on the
Has nothing to do with my bad internet at all.
It's for
It
research.
was,
Oh,
I think there was a
social
point
media
early
are
on in
so
this season that I
stable
started
and
putting
safe.
all of you folks
mean, with your
in a
workarounds,
particular
they
order
are.
on my screen to record
I will
it. So
bring
I
up the
didn't
time
have to
that I was in a
redo the
police
stupid
station in
layout every
Denver,
time.
Mm-hmm.
and I got on Facebook on the police intranet connected computers in their squad room when I was invited back there.
Oh no, you can get on them. You just usually get your you get back your hand slapped. I can guarantee you that.
So
Trust me. I used to get on government computers all the time. Yes, that's how that works. You can get on it, you just get your hand slapped.
And that is
There
why
are
we're in
some
the agency
servers
now.
You can't
Except that-
bypass.
Section 28
Yeah.
doesn't just have
Hand slapped.
government officials, they have spooky and spooks that safeguard the network. So, yeah.
It's not for fun. It's for my job.
You get a picture of Spooky just going, you didn't say the magic word.
So I say, okay,
Because you
boomer.
would.
It's not working though. It's okay, boomer, but it's not. It's like they can't hear me.
That legitimately is Yep.
I want to
All right.
leave. Does it work?
So, Gruff, you end up getting, you were able to match the vast majority of the biomass, the biohazard. There's a finger that you can't quite place.
It's just a stray finger. It's fine.
No big deal.
You can collect it. And,
Did we pick it up
you know,
somewhere?
Bag it and tag it for. I mean, it's got a fingerprint, so you can probably track it down later.
John Doe. John/Jane Doe.
Yeah,
Did it
pretty much. Pretty much.
Sign across the seal.
Let's see here. So you're passing that on.
I'm an idiot. We have police cruisers there.
Yes,
They
you
can
do.
literally just run, like, we have access to the police system right there. They can run.
I'm just concerned that if they use
We did
somebody
that a
else's car,
lot.
that's all. We have video footage. We can compare a photo.
And they have access to the DMV, which would have the driver's license photo.
Yeah, where it
Or
is.
the ID photo, yes. Yeah.
That
Not
became a
a whole
reoccurring thing.
This
Gen
is
Z,
the
I think
first
so.
time we've ever had to do this level. This is a lot.
We're clean there the whole time. I'm just
Boomer grenaded a thing.
just wanted to do this.
Boomer grenaded
so-
a lot of things.
Sure.
So Neuro, they pass on the information, and you are able to go over and actually, how would you transmit the picture up to?
So really, we're
Well-
gonna get in trouble using Book of Faces, but Neuro doesn't get in trouble
WB-42 could
for
pull it
bombing
up
a
on
library?
their
Come on.
laptop.
For
And
boomering
it's
a
government
library?
work, so probably take a look at it and come down to meet you on one of those book trips.
I was gonna say, Boomer's
and
got a whole
verify
lot more
the photo. And it
experience
is the same
with
person.
things than we do.
I call it favoritism.
Cultists are dumb.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. well,
We
Usually
did see
they're
it that way,
not
yes.
smart.
What if it's a trap?
Who needs to see it that way? It's just true.
So, in all of this, Sapling, you realize
It was
that
really kind of sad how like inept the
you've got
cultists were.
all but 2 books accounted for.
Thankfully.
So you've been
I mean,
sorting
yeah,
through
for
bits
us,
and
but
pieces of
still,
books.
objectively
None of the
sad.
books, so the books that were in the boxes that kind of got
Usually
boomered,
people who will get
so
into
now
cults,
turn.
They were.
that start
It's a very
cults.
apt
Yeah,
term.
those get
It
people
is
that are
very
very
apt
smart
term.
and manipulative.
And Boomer would appreciate that term. Yes.
Boomer, actually. I'm going to tell Boomer when I see her.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was
I
hoping.
wonder if he actually told her.
Along with OK Boomer.
I think
Yes.
he
Oh,
did.
I'll tell her it all. It's hilarious.
So you realize that the books that the books that were in the boxes that got boomered really didn't take that much damage. It's almost as if most of them have an internal power source of their own or protection of their own.
Rebuffed.
Freaking powered
Yeah.
books.
Speaking of, and there are 2 books missing. Sapling bouncing out occasionally from your list.
Yep.
Those titles match.
Jeff,
The
it's
Not my
titles
fault.
checked
I don't
out.
know happened.
So the titles that were
We'll
that
Just
were
go partially there.
checked out are
local
not
internet
the 2 that are
connection
missing.
companies.
The 2 that are missing are, if
Yes.
you look at the list, it's number 67, which is the Apocalypse Unsealed,
Again,
being an esoteric interpretation of the initiation of Ionis. And then the other book is on your list. It's number 58. It's Sefer Yetzirah by Abraham. It's considered the book on the formation and creation.
67 and 58.
Yes, on the list.
Question 67 and 68. Wait, no.
And 67 and 58. And Imp, give me a mythology roll, please.
Yeah. Ugh.
Please don't hurt us.
That's a.
This is incursion. It always hurts us.
This is that's a 68 on my mythology roll.
There are some serious alarm bells going off in your mind right now.
Yeah.
There is something about those 2 especially that that seem as if together they have information when put together that may lead to something else. That's kind of what's the inkling that's in the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That as much as you could
And
plan.
at this point, we're going to call it a night. Pretty much. I know it's a short game, but we're going to call it a night.
Actually, that's probably a perfect.
All right, so Storyplay Awards. Storyplay Awards? Yes. Storyplay Awards. Let's see here. Starting around the horn, glitch.
It's always hard to figure out what someone did in the game, especially if they didn't really do much.
Yep.
especially with
3 points.
such a big table.
Yeah.
And
We all had sessions where we're like, I didn't do. Yes.
which is a core skill.
Yes.
That and we,
Yeah.
I did
I
not
think
go
we
around
straight
and
up all
ask.
had sessions where like, I didn't do anything, so I don't know.
Neuro. You're going to gain.
Right off
You
the
really should
bat,
have rewarded
skill
Neuro.
boost.
Gain 1 point in. Actually, gain 2 points
in your faith core skill.
Like he needed that.
Let's see here.
Yeah. It is the natural thing to reward in that scenario. He just didn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would have given him. I think I would have given him an additional point in judgment, but he was at the cap because he kept out at 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Mythology?
Yeah. Actually, let's go 3 points in mythology. Yes. Vlad, you're going to pick up. You exploded up at least once in your construction roll. So let's give you 4 points in construction.
Nice.
Did he even actually use construction much after this
WD
episode?
42.
He did
Maybe
a couple
once.
times to
Two
evaluate
in your overall
some of the
computer
stuff in the
awareness
catacombs.
core skill.
Yeah, that's true.
Gruff.
Mm-hmm.
3 points in survival awareness. And sapling.
Ooh.
What esoteric researches do you have?
Knowledge Gen Z. She wrote that in chat. I thought it was really funny.
Yes.
I thought it needed its due. I thought it needed its due laugh.
Give me
Sorry.
real things. I don't want that. I have knowledge, fae, and oh, sorry, it's not. Yeah, knowledge, fae. I think that's all I got.
Okay. Take 4 points in knowledge mythology.
Cool.
So I think I've covered everybody there. So that's it. And next week we will continue with the Curse of the Incarnadine Grimoire.
Alrighty. That was fun.
Less painful than I remember, so that's
yeah,
good.
no, that's actually surprisingly better than I remember. And we do get much better on the technical side as well.
Yeah.
That's definitely where we hurt the most.
But I think, and we will get better on the Twitch technical side here because of the ugliness of the layout that I currently have. That will change. Now that I've figured out what we're doing, I'll figure out, I think I know how to redo that, the template. Anyways, notes for me. So, thank you much for you folks who joined us, and for the viewers out there. Thanks for joining us, Theron. Awesome to see you again. Well, at least hear from you. I don't remember if anybody else popped up. Anybody who didn't get a chance to pop in to chat, thank you. Anyways, the reason we're doing some of these special events right in a row is we are this close to affiliate, which is where we can actually monetize. Literally, after this, we have to do one more stream this week, which we're doing
tomorrow.
We are doing Discoveries tomorrow, yeah. Which we haven't even talked about, which will be fun because we're going to go in completely blind.
That's the fun way to do it.
Yep, that's absolutely the fun way to do it. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. And from all of us, thank you, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow, actually. So, all righty. Thank you much.
Good night.